We're on our way to another auction sale. This time we got lots of red international products. There's a crawler collector who's got a complete dispersal of them. There's a few tractors. There's not many tractors in general there this time, but lots of international crawlers, old ones. There's some trucks there, there's some implements there. I could do a video of all IH products at this auction. That's what I'll do. Okay, green guys, or if you like Case or Matthews, don't worry. There will be a part 2 coming up just for you. So let's go check the auction out. Here's a Stage 1 Super W-6. Now I'm filming, I filmed working on making a video. It will be shortly after this one, comparing this tractor with mine, showing the differences between the Stage 1 and the Stage 2 Super W-6s. But this is a nice and straight tractor. This is original, it's never been repainted, I don't think. Front tires need attention. The back tires look good. Got some slight checks, but they'll definitely run. It's missing the battery box. But it's a nice straight Super W-6, it really is. It's got the clevis for the drawbar. Sometimes they get taken off. But this is look how nice and straight the fenders are. This tractor won't take much to restore. It really wouldn't. This is a very nice Super W-6, it really is. This is actually almost nicer than mine. So there's a Super W-6 for you. Here's an 806. Somebody put a free cleaner on it. They normally don't have that. 533, she's early. This is number 33. They did some modification to the steering. You see, they put this on. I'm not saying this is a bad deal. They put the steering cylinder on there and hooked it directly. Originally, the cylinder for these bolt up to here, and they run a pivot arm that goes in there. That pivot arm wears, and these things flop all over. These front wheels flop all over the place going down the road. So that modification may not be such a bad thing. Like, you can tell it's early because the grill screen is coarse, and these don't have the shock mount headlights like the later ones do. 750/20 front, which is very typical on an early 806. 18.4 rears, which is also typical. There again, these tires are tired. They'll hold there, they're not checked, but they got no grip on them anymore. This is missing the fender boxes that go in between here, which they should have. Somebody, there again, somebody's made something here. This doesn't have the platform extensions. The early ones sometimes don't. And what they did there, they cut something out of there. It's got single height remote on it, and plus they put a Grecian valve on to make dual. I miss the platform extensions. That makes a big difference getting on and off of these. 59, 52 hours. I'll just see if it starts for the heck of it. These are one of the best tractors International ever built, as far as I'm concerned. Look how nice that is. Just listen to it. That thing just runs beautifully. The tack works too on it. Yeah, this is a good tractor. It does need TLC. See, they put an extension on the hydraulic lever too. These are what the original levers are on these 806s, and they ain't worth a shit, so they made longer ones than the 65s and up. This is the original seat on it. These have the fiberglass back on them. They did something to that drawbar, I don't know what, but came up with their own thing. This tire's better, it's holding there, but it's cracked. But yeah, here's an 806 for you, and here they got heat shielding and stuff under the manifold on these and around them, and the later ones don't have that. This one's an early one with a generator, but it's got the Rusa master pump. So there's an 806 for you. We did all those 40/20s, now we got a real tractor. Sorry, John Deere guys, I like these better than your 40/20s, I do. But I'm biased too, so don't get me wrong. Here's a late 1066 black striper with a 2350 loader. This one's air conditioned. It's got new skins on the back, 18438s, Pirellis. The interior just needs gluing up there. This side's bad. It's got dual remotes, plus they put an extra one on for the grapple. Shows 5208 hours. Tilt steering wheel on it. The cab needs a little work. Well, the door does close, but it's bent a bit for some reason. Now this looks like a radial too, and it is. It's got the clevis drawbar on it. They went to Pioneer couplings on it, which I always thought the international couplings they had on were the best. And somebody put this on, did that with our 1066 too, because, and I wonder if that's not factory, because that looks like a factory weld. Maybe they did that on the late ones. But that's better than, certainly better than trying to dump oil in the cab all the time. It's got the dual hubs on it. I don't know why they left the loader up, I don't like that. There's a 1066 black striper with a 2350 loader, and it's missing the grill. But there you go. Here's a V270 tractor. Somebody put power steering on it and cut out the hood for that. For the most part, it's actually pretty decent. It's got nice rubber on the back and the front for that matter. 2,575.1 hours. This has had a boot put in it. But it's a tire. There's a V275. Oh, the fuel pump. There's something on the bottom that was taken off I don't like. I don't know what that is. That's the oil filter taken off, I think. Maybe you better just think of this as a parts tractor. I don't think it's a runner if that's the key. Here's another V275. This one's rougher. It's got a loader on it. $2,000 and some hours on it. Tires are, it's got a 3-point hitch on it. The tires are okay. They're not the best, but they're okay. Yeah, it's the oil filter that was taken off of that, and somebody bent the exhaust around, put it up top. The idea of an underslung exhaust is never the best, so there you go. Here's a 5288. It's been sitting out for a bit. It's got big tires, 14L 16 ones on the front. On the back, 20.8 R38s, and it's got dual hubs for it. It needs it. Like the hubs are way, like the axles are bigger on these than the others because these are more tractor. Somebody put a Case IH seat in it. 6438.76. Like the hood's actually straight, just where the air comes through is a little bit rough, but this has the Western interior in it, I think. And it's not even all that bad. There should be pouches here and there gone though. Pirelli tires, 20.8 R38. And another set of them for dual, so near there again it's got a drawbar on the back. These have a very heavy duty drawbar on it. Triple remotes. The drawbar, you can see it's egged a bit, so it had a small pin in it. The tires are in good shape. I believe the duals come with it, but they might sell separate. Yeah, this is not a bad tractor. Let's see, 53, 83, boy, it's nasty towards the end. It's probably an 85. These started at 501, the 86 series is 8601, these started at 501 once again. So there's a 5288 for you. Here's an International L180. It's a cab over fuel truck. This is an early 1950s fuel truck. And they obviously took good care of it. Did some fixing inside. 18,660 miles it shows. My guess is it was around once. This has a fuel body on it. I'm sure it'd be a runner. Yeah, Nykerk brothers owned it. I know them well. And it looks like there's tires here for it too. Look at that. I think the tires sell separate though. Here's an International S180 truck, a gravel truck. This I assume was Nykerk's too, and you see they put plates that they put a 1956 plate on the front. This is a nice old truck too. It's got a nice gravel box on it. They got good tires on it. It's either 187,009 miles or 18,700.9. I guess it's 18,700. Of course, it's been around once. But look how nice this truck is. He cleaned up the interior very good in it. It's got a nice box on it. Put new tires on it. You could drive this truck. That I'm sure of. They redid the running boards and stuff and painted it up nice. It's a nice old truck, it really is. There's an S180 for you. Here's an early cab over IH. I'm not sure what this is. The interior they need to do the seat on it though. It's got a wooden floor, so it's early. This looks like shows 63,723.1 miles on it. Nice deck on it. This is fixed up nice. This is a beautiful truck, it really is. Nice show truck. So there you go. Looks like they put new tires all around, 650 20s. So there's a cab over. I don't know what this truck is, but it's a cab over International. Here's an International truck. It's a 6x6. I don't know what this is for a truck exactly. It's an early truck. It'd be 1940s probably, maybe 30s. Calgary, Coots, Houston, Texas. It's got Alaska numbers on it and stuff. So it's for the 6x6 is for driving through unimproved roads at the time. It's got a new battery in it, so I'm sure it runs. 09162 is what it shows for miles. So probably around once, be my guess. But look at brand new tires all the way around. This is nice fixer. They got door seals and stuff. They've sent the stuff west to restore this truck, or some of the stuff anyways. So there's says Swan Hills on here, so they might have ran up in that country and it would have been all improved, unimproved roads at that time. Yeah, it's got a winch up front. So this is a very cool piece right here. Here's an international grade truck, S1800. What's it's got for power in it. It says salvage status, so it's not good. See what the interior is like in it. It's got 71,000 kilometers, 71,844, so it doesn't have a, it's not like it's got exactly a lot of miles on it. 71,000 kilometers, heck, that's barely broken. It's got a wooden box on it. The box ain't that bad, but it's a wooden box. And wooden boxes tend to rot. The tires look good, except they're checked. They'd never let me run those on the road. But it's an S1800 for you. Oh, somebody built an end gate for the box and stuff. This isn't a bad grain truck, it really isn't. I'm sure it's got a gas job in it. Probably it's either 345 or something like that. The front tires are new in it. Yeah, it's got a V8. That's not the 345 though, it's a bigger one. So there you go. There's an S1800 for you. I guess it's an International D series truck from 1930s. Of course it needs rubber and stuff, but it's there. And it's a dual wheel truck. The International Harvester Company, Hamilton, Canada. There you go. The Canadian truck. It's definitely a project truck or a parts truck, but it's there. You don't find these every day, you just don't. Here's a KB1. So the half-ton KB series, and there again it needs work. It just does, but I think it's all there. 94,753.7 miles is what it shows. There again, needs TLC. It's an old truck, but it's still in existence. That's good. It's gonna need TLC or it's got parts for somebody, but it's a truck, a KB1 nonetheless. Here's an International truck. It's got the 264 probably in it. It's 1967-ish, I think. It's got the long box. My grandpa had one of these. Yeah, it's a 264. Oh, this is an 1100C. This truck is an 1100C with a 264. Shows 16,141 miles. Pedals are pretty good. That might not be too much of a stretch, but it may have been around once. There's an IH truck for you. Here's an R180 truck, a cab over with stubby nose. Crawford Ditching and Dozing Limited, Lacombe. Needs tires. $1950s. I think it says 86912, I think is the miles on it. There's another cab for it here. Comes with it. Tires are tired. I don't think tires get more tired than those do. But it's a project truck for somebody, or a parts truck. Here's an international fire truck, 190. It's got the full meal deal with it. It's got the ladders with it. I'm pretty sure the pumps and stuff are on it. Now look at all the ladders that come with this. The ladders raise and lower hydraulically. Pierre the bull. I don't know how you say it's French. I don't speak French. The door's got paint missing off of it. Shows 035450, so 3,500 miles, that's possible. It's got air brakes on it. And automatic. So there's an IH fire truck for you. Here's a good truck. Here's an International 9670. Oh, it's still got, I'm surprised it doesn't have tubeless tires on it. It does at the back, 1122.5s on the back. Looks like it's, I think it's got Detroit in it for power. Back tires look good. They're 1122.5s. It's got the fifth wheel. This one just got a small cab in it. A single bunk with a small sleeper. The mattress is gone. There were mice in here, but you see they put vinegar. Oh, this one came from the US, this truck. It's in miles. 31,404 miles. I don't think there's any chance in the world that's right. It's all hand cranked windows. It's just it's not even air conditioned. It's just a basic truck. This had to come from the States because it was sold in Canada by then, by the 96 70s. And in the last 40 70s would have been kilometers. So there you go. Here's a TD35, I believe, or a TD40, something like that. See, it's got the great big pump on it, injection pump. Tractor, yeah, it's TD35. Hood drop. Undercarriage, actually, oh, the rails are down. The bushings aren't bad, but the rails are down. These would run a little bit alright. It's got a drawbar on the back and rear PTO for running something. Yeah, TD35. The hood's a little rough, but it's a TD35. It's pretty well complete, so there's somebody put a hydraulic system on it. Here's a TD40. Somebody reinforced the hard nose and made a hydraulic dozer. It had cable before, so it comes with a hydraulic dozer. Pads look good at it. There again, the rails are down, but the TD35 or TD40. This is a TD40. It's got hydraulics. Somebody put a hydraulic system off the back on it. It's got a drawbar. So there's a TD40 for you with a dozer. This is a gas crawler. This looks like a T9. I think it's a T9. It's got an angle dozer. I hope that's covered. I don't know. No, that exhaust is wide open. I think it would need an engine, but a W9 engine should work in it. A U9. Again, the rails are down, but the pads are good. Yeah, rails are down. It's got a canopy on it. These are a rare machine, a gas crawler T9. It's got a drawbar on the back. So there's a T9 for you. Here's a TD9. It's got a Bucyrus Erie dozer. Well, it's not the dozer, but is not there. Ooh, the transmission notes. There's parts missing on the transmission, so it's probably a parts tractor. Undercarriages, there again, rails are down. Bushings aren't bad. Sprockets aren't bad. They'll run a little bit, I think. There again, swing drawbar on the back. Ass end's open, which is unfortunate. So there's a TD9. Here's another TD9. This one I think is probably more runnable. There again, it's got the dozer with it, the hydraulic dozer, Bucyrus style dozer. There again, rails are down, but they'd run maybe a little bit, alright. It's got the drawbar on it. Here's a bent pad, but most part the pads aren't that bad. There's your somebody broke this off and fixed it. This is more complete. This would be a good fixer-upper. This must be a TD14A or newer one. That's it. If this, assuming this came out of the same machine. This is a 14A engine. It's not a TD14 engine. There's a radiator with it, hood with it. I don't know why they bent the frame rail, but that's fixable. Somebody put a cab on it. They get their link height is down the rails. Segments are getting a bit sharp, the sprocket. Here's a straight 14 engine, it's not the this is a UD14 power unit is what this is. It's a straight 14, it's not a 14A because on the 14 and an 18 the exhaust and the intake are on the same side, and then the A's they're opposite. There's the UD14A engine. I don't know if that comes with the TD or just a straight UD14. And here's the crawler's TD14. It's got good pads on it though. Those pads are nice. The rails are not so much, but the pads are really good. There's a TD14A for you, and I think all this stuff comes with it. Here's a TD35. It's got a dozer with it, a hydraulic dozer. The head was frozen, broke, which is unfortunate. It's a TD35 and it's got parts and pieces with it. Yeah, again, the rails don't seem to have a lot of meat to them, and pins and bushings are worn a bit. But it's a TD35. Here's the hydraulics for the dozer. So there you go. How many TD35s do you see running around anymore? This is the first ones I've seen maybe ever. Here's a TD9. Comes with a Bucyrus dozer. This one looks like it's runnable actually. Undercarriage. There again, the link height's down on all of them. Sprockets aren't that bad actually, they'd run a bit. This one's got the agricultural PTO. That's a rare option on a TD9. Look at that. It's got the 540 RPM agricultural PTO on it. So it was an ag tractor originally. And don't quote me on this. This looks pretty runnable to me. And the wood's not that bad for rough or anything. This is not a bad crawler at all. There's a TD9 for you. And here's a T6 with an Isaacson dozer. Of course, this is unfortunate. The engine would be no good, but there again, W6 or U6 or Farm LM engine should adapt to it because these have adapter plates on them. Nice old, these gas crawlers are just rare. It's got the headlights on them and the backlight. There again, the rails are thin, but they're there. There again, this has an agricultural 540 RPM PTO on it, a drawbar. It's got the tractor decals on the back, so it's an early one. So there's a T6 gas crawler for you with an Isaacson dozer. Here's a TD6. It's the 61 series. This has got a B pump, so this given the injectors, I'm pretty sure it's a 281 engine. So it has the same engine as a W450 or Farmall 450, and there again the lights are on. This is one of the better tractors of the bunch here. There again the rails are down. Top carrier needs a top carrier roller. It's got the hydraulic dozer on it. The drawbar certainly hasn't done much work on this. Oh, this is a proper IH hydraulics too, look at that. It's got the proper international hydraulics. I think the valve has been changed, but the tank and the basic system are the same. So this has got, this is, out of all the crawlers we've seen so far, this one by far is the best one. And rare, TD6 61 series is a rare tractor. There you go. Here's a TD35 or TD40. See, somebody froze and broke the head on this one. There again, the rails. Well, the rails are actually serviceable on this crawler. But the fuel tank's missing off of it. It's got remotes at the back. Somebody put remotes out in the dozer for doing other stuff. This one had lighting on it originally. I don't think it had electric start, but it had electric. It had one of those no battery generators and lighting. So there you go. TD35, I think. Here's another TD35. The rail is taken off of it for some reason, but this is a nice straight tractor that looks nice and complete. But here's the rail for this side, the other side's there. This one looks good. This rail is actually, this rail's in good shape on this side. Other one's not quite as good, but it's there. So there's a TD35 for you, and this is a nice straight one too. Here's the international crawler, some description. I'm thinking about a TD9, but maybe it could be in the 14 with a Drott skid shovel on it. Well, you see the engine, those looks, yeah, that's bigger than 9. I think this is a 14 with a skid shovel. Oh, it says TD9, but the engine don't, it must be a 9. It's a later 9 engine. There's a TD9 with a skid shovel for you. This engine, I believe, is supposed to be one of the early TD15s, or I think it's out of an early TD15, this 6-cylinder. It's a B pump, so it could be. This is a power unit. Look at that. The controls UD691. This is an 18 engine is what it is. This is a newer 18 engine like what's in the 182s and TD18 182s and stuff. This is the one that had the later 15. I think this is the early 15. This one here, I think, it's a smaller engine. I think this one, the what are they, 525s or 554s? Here's a whole bunch of rollers for the IH. A hard nose for an IH, that'd be like a 15 or something probably. Here's a Bucyrus Erie unit, it looks like for 14 or an 18. Cable control unit. So there you go. Missing the brake bands off of this side, but it's a good one. It might be an 18. They advertise it as a 24, but I'm not so sure about that. I think this is just a straight TD18 engine actually. I could be wrong, so there you go. Here's a 55 International deep tillage cultivator. I know most people call them chisel, or I know they are called chisel plows, but here in Western Canada we call them deep tillage cultivators. This one had a brush job on it. These are a good cultivator, they really were. So there's a 55 for you, about an 18 footer probably. Appears that this is a Little Genius 3 bottom plow. It's missing one quilter, but pretty well everything's there for it. Here's a 1688 Case IH combine with a 1015 pickup header and a Victory Super 8 pickup. Oh, it's a Super 7. Okay, so it'd be narrower than the Super 8, okay. It's got 30.5 L32s on the back. This looks like it's got the big wire concaves in for doing larger grain. This is nice. This is actually a pretty nice machine, I think. Interior looks nice. 13.4 hours on it. So there's a 1688 combine for you, a looking hopper. See this one, there's grain left in here. They didn't clean the hopper in there. Again, I don't care for it, although it has been always shedded. The Case IH 4500 vibra shank. The darts all look good on it. The shovels all look good on it. They got a hitch on it to pull heroes with it or something else. I think that 4000 swather's okay, don't you? Looks like it's working just fine. Here's the Case IH 4000 swather. You can see it's got the universal U2 pickup on it. I think this is a 20 footer. This one's the Case IH. It's got the hay crimper attachment for it. So there you go. As you just saw, it runs good, so there you go. Here's a 70 plow, 6 bottom. It actually looks in fairly good shape to me. They put a new wheel at the back too and used the tractor tire, but super cheap bottoms. This is actually a fairly nice old plow, so there you go. Here's a set of 100 grain drills. It's got the grass seeder attachment on it. It's got a transport with it. They took the boards off the back for the which is unfortunate because they kind of need those. That needs to be cleaned out again, but it's not bad. It's got the fertilizer attachment on it. These are just simply an attachment. Mice have been in here. But here's a set of 100 grain, here's a 12-foot 100 grain drill. I think this is a 12. on a transport. So there you go. Here's a daring new ideal mower, horse-drawn sickle mower. So this is made in Hamilton. We've seen American ones too. This needs work. It's yard ornament. So there you go.